What's up, YouTube? Timu's here. Here is my opening slash streaming segment where I talk about the films coming out this week, whether they're in theaters, streaming, etc. Now, the big one we got out this week is, of course, The Expendables 4, the fourth installment of the Expendables franchise. This time around, you got the returning cast members like Sylvester Stallone, Jason Statham, Dolph Lundgren, Randy Couture, no Terry Crews, which I'm a little more disappointed by. But you also got some newcomers such as the dude from the Raid, Iko Wise is in this. Tony Jaa's in this. You got 50 Cent, Megan Fox. And the previews for this has looked pretty fun. It looks really entertaining. I like the cast list. And I really enjoy the Expendables franchise. I mean, I would say the last one, maybe because of PG-13 sort of hurt it. The last one I would say is maybe the weakest. I've been hearing this might actually be the worst, but we'll see. Maybe the film is a surprise. Who knows? But I'm actually still interested. All right, now a couple of stuff we got coming to streaming. Spy Kids Armageddon coming to Netflix, which is the Spy Kids reboot here, directed by Robert Rodriguez, starring Gina Rodriguez, no relation by the way, Zachary Levi. Now here's what this new Spy Kids is about. When the children of the world's greatest secret agents unwillingly help a powerful game developer unleash a computer virus that gives him control of all technology, must become spies themselves to save their parents and the world. And the preview for this looks pretty interesting. I mean, I've always enjoyed the Spy Kids films, so looking forward to checking out how they're going to tackle this one. Pretty much the first major Spy Kids film without the two major stars, because of course Alex Vega and Dale Chappelle did appear in the last Spy Kids film. Obviously, they're parents now, so they ain't no Spy Kids no more, But I'm still intrigued to check this one out when it premieres. All right, on Hulu, we got No One Will Save You, which stars Kevin Dever, who plays Brian, who finds solace within the walls of the home where she grew up until she's awakened by one night by strange noises from the from unearthly intruders. The preview for this looks really intriguing. I mean, for one, you got Kate Dever, who I think is always terrific. Because she was, of course, on the show Last Man Standing. She's been a Booksmart. She was recently in that Texas Paradise film with George Clooney and Julia Roberts. She was good in that. I always like seeing her pop up and stuff, and this looks like it could be interesting to check out. So hopefully we good. All right. Now we do got a couple of interesting horrors, spooky stuff out this week. We got the new neon horror film It Lives Inside, which stars Megan Seri from Never Have I Ever fame. And in it, Sam is an American high school student of Indian origin who rejects her Indian heritage to be like everyone else. When a demonic spirit known as Pichash latches onto her former best friend, she has to come to terms with her heritage to defeat it. The preview for this looks really good. Looks really creepy. Really nice to see Megan Seri really branching out into more territories. She was just in Missing just not so long ago. She looks great in this, so hopefully this could be a treat to check out. And I mean, at first I actually always thought this was an A24 horror film, but it's from Neon, so who made some good stuff before. So, all right, we also got a French horror movie called The Origin of Evil. Now, here's what it's about. The film stars Laura Calame as Stephanie, a fish cannery worker who discovers that she is the biological daughter of wealthy businessman Serge, played by Jacques Weber, and is being introduced to his established family, despite their unwillingness to accept her. And this looks like it'd be really intriguing. Looks pretty creepy. I mean, there has been some creepy French horror films I've seen before. So, like that recent horror film, Hatching, that was really creepy. So hopefully this could be more similar to that. All right, we also have a horror film that's actually coming to fan events called Shocking Shivers, which is directed by Han from Fast and Furious actor. And here's what the film's about. Two young women find themselves in an abandoned camp in the woods with a book of magical spells surrounded by classic monsters. And this does look really fun. Like, you definitely have like a werewolf here. I mean, I think this looks like it could be loads of fun. I mean, come on, it's directed by Sung Kang, aka Han from the Fast and Furious movies. So really cool to see him make his directorial debut there. So I think this could be something really interesting to check out. All right, we also got now other stuff out this week. We got a baseball movie called I Can, which I saw the pre for this. It stinks that's not playing anywhere near me because I really do want to check this one out. It is actually a faith-based movie, which sometimes they could be hit and misses, but this one looks a treat, and the synopsis sounds interesting. It's about an adulterous couple's daughter who was born with one arm, but her softball skills reveal God's true grace. It does star Dana Roebuck, who recently played Grandpa Munster in Rob Zombie's The Monsters, which, yeah, we could probably forget about that one. You even have baseball legend Vernon Wells is also in this. John Wells is also in this. I mean, this looks like it'd be really interesting to check out. Looks really touching. Looks heartfelt. I'm always interested in these type of stories. So whenever I get a chance, I'll definitely give this one a go. This does look like it'd be really intriguing. All right, we also got a movie coming out. Film called Everybody Dies at the End. Which here's the synopsis here. A crew follows a cult film director making a documentary as he makes his last film. Yeah, I saw the preview for this. This does not really look all that great. I mean, this looks like it's gonna be more of a mystery comedy. It doesn't really do much for me. So I don't mind mystery comedies. Don't get me wrong, but nothing about the trailer saw that remotely or that intriguing. So, all right, we also got a sci-fi comedy called Relax, I'm from the Future, which is a Canadian sci-fi comedy from director Luke Higginsons and stars famed Canadian actor Reese Darby, who's also on that show Our Flags Mean Death on Max. And it stars Reese Darby as Casper, who's a time traveler who arrives in the 2020s in an attempt to prevent a major future catastrophe. He meets Holly, played by Gabriel Graham, a queer black woman he befriends and draws into his plan by giving her his knowledge of the future so that she can make quick money. Um, they unwillingly they unwillingly alter the future themselves with their actions until Doris, played by Janine Trella, another time traveler, arrives to stop them. And the preview for this looks pretty fun. I mean, definitely feels like a Taika Waititi film for some reason. I mean, maybe because we saw we had work with Taika Waititi, maybe that's it. But I'm getting a bit of a Taika Waititi vibe here. The humor looks intriguing, so could be interesting. All right, we also got a film called a film titled "Go for Grandma." Now, this film is inspired by iconic 80s fantasy films. Go for Grandma is a magical journey into the mind of a young boy who escapes a neglectful home life through his grandmother's love and the power of her imagination. This stars Justine Lupi, who might you remember from an episode of Shameless, where she played pretty much the teacher who ended up who Lip ended up trying to seduce because she got arrested for for inappropriate relation with a student or she's in this. You also have 80s icon Amy Madigan from Field of Dreams fame. This does look like it could be interesting. It looks charming. I am getting a bit of like an 80s fantasy vibe in this, so this could be interesting. So, all right, we also got a movie called Dark Side. That's it. My bad. Which stars famed Hong Kong actor Brian Mann with Helena Matson and Robert Patrick. While attempting to pick up a woman at a bar, a mysterious man weaves a tale involving spies, implant microchips, and the dangerous military scientists pursuing them. Little does she know, this stranger is actually telling her the truth. And the trailer for this did not really do much for me. I mean, this does feel like, those terrible home video action movies. And yeah, this looks pretty terrible. So, not all that interested. We also got a trailer called Barber, which stars famed UK actor Aidan Gillen. A wealthy widow hires private investigator Val Barber to find her missing granddaughter. As dark secrets start to surface, Barber finds himself entangled with shady and powerful men who are determined to derail his investigation. And this actually does look really intriguing. I mean, it looks like there's going to be some twists and turns around, so this could be interesting, say. All right. We also got a film called Unidentified. In 1993, UFOs appear over every major city in the world and remain floating in the sky, silent, motionless, unidentified. Decades later, there's a rumor that aliens are living among humans. Now, this is actually a Chinese language film, and it does look intriguing to check out. I love a good sci-fi film, so hopefully this could be true. All right, we also got a movie called My Sailor, My Love. After a widower begins a new romantic relationship, his relationship with his daughter does rates. And I saw the preview for this too. It looks like it could be an interesting indie darling, so could be cool. I mean, I don't know too much about the actors involved, but could be interesting. All right, we also got a Chinese film here that actually the visuals look really stunning, which is called Creation of Gods, Kingdom of Storm. After conspiring with a conniving fox demon to kill the emperor and seize power, King Zhou reigns as a tyrant so brutal that he occurs in the wrath of heaven in a final attempt to save the mortal world from desperate peril. The gods decide to intervene and invest in an unlikely champion brave enough to challenge the evil king, even if it may cost him everything. And the visual of this thing does look stunning. I mean, I am getting a bit of like a hero vibe. And these Chinese movies, by the way, are massive hits. Like, I don't really watch much like these are Chinese films or even Bollywood films, but even I will say that they do have an audience and they do make massive. Like, I won't be surprised if this film literally comes to the top five in this, either the top five or the top 10 in this week's box office, because these movies do get lots of people losing their seats, and I could kind of see why. The visuals in this film does look intriguing. Also, maybe I'll check it out. I don't know, but it does look like be. It looks like it could definitely be a hit. So we'll see. All right. We also got a French horror film called Saturn Bowling from French filmmaker Patricia Musney. It follows Jeremiah Galmai, a police officer who, after the death of his father, inherits the family bowling alley, but instead of taking over it himself, he decides to give the bowling alley to his half brother Ahmad, played by Achille Regnati. And the trailer for this does look really fun. Looks pretty creepy too, so looks thrilling. Could be intriguing. All right, we also got a comedy called The Sixth Reel, which stars Charlie Booth, along with Tim Daly and Margaret Cho. After the death of a friend unearths a classic horror film reel, previously true to be lost forever, a man and his friends devise a series of schemes to cash in on the sale of the film. I saw the preview for this one too, and it looks terrible. The humor doesn't look all that great. I mean, I don't mind Margaret Cho. Tim Daly is always great, but Yeah, this just does not look all that great. Like the humor doesn't really do anything for me. Some of the characters looks unlikable, so yeah, I'm not that interested. All right, we also got a film called Condition of Return, uh, which which is an indie film about controversial subject. The film follows two law enforcement officials as they investigate a woman who kills 11 people in a church shooting. As disturbing details come to light, it begins to appear the devil is closer than you think. It stars the likes of Annalyn McCord from 90210 fame, Natasha Henstridge, who you might remember from Species fame, and TV Superman actor Dean Cain, of course from Superman Lois back in the days. Who remember? That's probably one of the few Superman shows that barely gets talked about. But I mean, everyone always talk about Christopher Reeve or even Henry Cavill or even Tom Welling. I barely hear people ever talking about Dean Cain. So yeah, I mean, he even popped up in Supergirl. Who remembers some of that? But anyway, the preview for this, I don't know, it doesn't do much for me. Dean Cain, by the way, has not been in the best stuff. Like, he's mostly been in like these B level based films. So yeah, I mean, Joe Blow needs to do a WTF What Happened to Dean Cain because yeah, I don't know why he's been doing these like low budget based stuff, but gotta make the dough, I guess. All right. Now we also got a couple of documentaries coming out. We got neither confirmed nor deny. During the Cold War, the CIA's secretary raised a sunken Soviet nuclear submarine from the depths of the Pacific Ocean. Drawing the declassified documents and never before seen interviews, the filmmaker reveals the truth of the operation. This does look like be really interesting. I mean, I don't know much about the story of but could be a training doc. Oh, last film we got here is Uncharitable, which is directed by Stephen Gyllenhaal, who, yes, is the father of Jake and Maggie Gyllenhaal. So, pretty much how it runs in the Gyllenhaal family. Um, Now, Stephen Gyllenhaal has actually directed before. He did direct the Halle Berry film Losing Isaiah. He did that Lifetime movie Girl Fight, not to be confused with the Michelle Rodriguez one, but the one that had I believe Anne Heche was in that one, where like her daughter get accused of of pretty much having a girl fight in school. Uh, Probably one of the better Lifetime movies there is, by the way. So he's done some intriguing stuff before, and now here's what the documentary is about: exposing the dark sides of penitentiary and introducing a racial new way of giving. An emotional call to action for charities to be freed from the traditional sackcloth and ashes constraints so that they may truly change the world. And the preview for this does look really interesting. Steve Gyllenhaal has directed documentaries before too, so this could be interesting to see. All right, now that's all the films coming out. Now here on the TV side, something I'm not all that interested in, but it has an audience is My Little Pony Make Your Mark season 5 coming to Netflix. So for any bronies out there, My Little Pony returns. We got Sex Education season 5, which I believe this season 6 is gonna be the final, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm looking forward to checking out this new season. Of course, we got Mackey returning, Asa Butterfield's returning here. This time around, they're actually they're of course in college now, so that could be an interesting setting there too. So I'm interested to see where they're gonna take this new season too. All right, we also got Young Love, uh, which is actually a series based on the Oscar-winning short Hair Love. Now, this is of course directed by famed NFL player Matthew H. Cherry, featuring the voices of Kid Cudi, Asa Rae, Loretta Devine, an honest look into the world of African American young family of millennial parents as they juggle their careers, marriage, parenthood, social issues, and multi-generational dynamics striving for a better life. And this does look like it could be really cute. I mean, Hair Love is a really interesting doc if you guys haven't seen it. I mean, this obviously ain't for me, but this looks like it'd be pretty interesting to check out. I mean, you do got Issa Rae and Kid Cudi, who I both like, so could be interesting. All right, we got Love Is Blind season 5 coming to Netflix, which I could care two squats about. On Apple, we got Still Up, which follows the late night relationship of free spirit illustrator Lisa, played by the Good Doctor actress Tona Thomas, and Danny, played by Craig Roberts, a socially nauseous journalist. Lisa and Danny are both insomniacs, and while the world sleeps and stays connected, they talk for hours despite never meeting. And this does look like to be really cute here. Really nice to see Tona Thomas back on TV since leaving The Good Doctor, which I'm hoping the strike's over so I can see The Good Doctor returning, But yeah, I mean, September would have been the return of The Good Doctor, but I guess because of the strikes and everything, yeah, that probably will premiere to next year. And it's a spin-off too, so. But this does look like be interesting. It looks cute, charming. Craig Roberts is actually a pretty good British actor too. Like he was in that movie Submarine a couple years ago, so always nice to see him popping up. So this could be interesting. Last but not least, we got the Continental, the world of John Wick, coming to Peacock. It tells the background story of how Winston Scott, in an alternate history 1970s, came to his position as a perpetrator of the New York branch of the Continental chains of hotels, safe havens for illegal assassins on the grounds of which no business may ever take place. It explores variants on real-world events, including the winter of this continent and the mafia's rise to economic power. It stars Colin Waddell playing Winston Scott, who of course was played by Ian McShane, which the reviews, by the way, came out for this, and they're not looking pleasant. Only having like a 50% Rotten Tomatoes, so I'm a little disappointed about that, but I'm still intrigued by this. I've been really liking the trailers. I've been really interested in seeing a whole story or prequel that takes place during the whole Continental. So I'm all for this. I'm hoping I enjoy it, but we shall see. But that's pretty much it there. Let me let you guys. Which of these films or shows are you interested in? Oh, and plus American Horror Story Delicate also premiered. That also is coming to Hulu. So, which I actually just saw the first episode. Not a bad start. So we'll see where this season is gonna go. But that, as I was saying, uh, which of these are you interested in? Are you interested in Expendables 4? Are you interested in Still Up, The Continental? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Serious Sign Out.